All right, guys, so hopefully today this lesson will kind of reiterate a little bit of what we were doing yesterday. They've already done the first one for you, and so we'll kind of talk about it, and then we're going to draw the picture to kind of show this. So what we're doing is we're going to look to see how we can turn this into a fraction. We're going to show this with our bar diagram. We're going to show how we can do the division and then check it with that multiplication and make sure that it gets back to that dividend, which is that first number. So the first thing they had is they had 1. So we created 1. We split it into 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 units equals 1. So if I have 1 unit is 1 divided by 3, that would be 1/3. If I put this into the division problem, it's 1 divided by 3. Well, 3 can't go into 1, so I'd put a 0. 0 times 3 is 0. I would get 1. Then I would have my answer is 1/3. I can check my work of doing 3 times 1/3 because remember when you check your division problems, you take the answer, your quotient, and you multiply it by that the divisor. So it's 3 times 1/3, or what we say is 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 equals 3/3. It equals 1, and it matches. Okay, so what we're going to do on this next one is we are going to show 2 divided into 3. So what we're going to do is we are going to create this model, and instead of drawing 2, what we're going to do is we're just going to draw this model, and instead of labeling it as 1, we're actually going to label it, guys, as 2. So we take 2 and we're dividing it into 3, okay? So 3 units, so if I have 3 units equals 2, okay? 1 unit equals 2 divided by 3. That means that this is going to equal 2/3. Okay, so if I do my division problem, I'm going to do 2 divided by 3. 3 goes into 2, well, 0 times. My answer is 0 2/3, or just 2/3. So to check it, I'm going to take 3 times 2/3, or what I'm going to do, 3 times 2/3, so I'm going to do 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3, okay? If I add that up, it's 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is 6/3. And when I do this, guys, 6/3 actually equals 2. Because if I do the work, 6 divided by 3, 3 goes into 6 2 times. Okay, so it does check because it has to check with that dividend. Okay, same thing down here. I'm not going to sit here and draw 7 different things and divide them into 5. I'm going to draw one bar. Okay, this bar equals 7. Okay, it's divided into 5. So I've got 5 units equals 7. 1 unit equals 7 divided by 5, or 7/5. Okay, I know that that is an improper fraction. If we want to, we can turn it into that mixed number, and to turn it into the mixed number, it would be 1 2/5. And if you needed to see that, we're going to check that right up here, because what we're going to do is we're going to do 7 divided by 5. 5 can go into 7 one time. Subtract 5, 2's left. So my answer is 1 2/5. To check my answer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 5, sorry, my pencil just went through my paper, times 1 2/5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 2/5 5 times. So I'm going to do 1 2/5 plus 1 2/5 plus 1 2/5 plus 1 2/5 plus 1 2/5. I'm going to add up my whole numbers first, 1 2 3 4 5, and then I'm going to add my 2's. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 10/5. Okay, first of all, can't leave that as an improper fraction, so I'm going to do 10 divided by 5. Well, that's going to equal 2. So this actually equals 2, and when I put these two together, it is going to equal 7, and it does match. Okay, one last problem. Fold up my paper just a little bit here. Okay, so I'm going to do 14 divided by 5. So here's my 14. Okay, so remember, I'm not going to make 14 different ones. I'm going to split it into 5s. Okay, so I'm going to have 5 units equals 14. Okay, 1 unit equals 14 divided by 5, or 14 fifths. Okay, now I'm not going to leave this, and instead of converting it, I'm going to divide it first, and then I'll be able to tell you what my mixed number is. So I'm going to do 14 divided by 5. 5 goes into 14 2 times. So this actually is 2 4/5. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to check my answer, because I'm going to do 2 4/5 times 5. So I need to add this 5 times. Okay, I'm going to add my whole number. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is going to give me 10. And then I've got 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 20 fifths. Okay, can't leave that, but I know 20 fifths, 20 divided by 5 is going to be 4. Okay, so this is actually 4, and when I combine those together, it equals 14, and it does check.